Hey, thanks for making it to Veterans Info Tap. I'm glad you made it. A 2.5% interest rate on a VA loan. Unheard of in today's world since we are in January of 2025. However, the VA announced a while back, less than a year ago, that they have a program to assist veterans with their mortgage in the event that they fell into some difficulties. Now, I wanted to share this with you to keep the word out there for folks so they're aware of this program. Now, before we jump into it, I want to throw on a special thank you to Paul Lunks 8383. Thank you so much, Paul. I appreciate your support and your consistent comments. Thank you so much for all you do. I really do appreciate you. All right, so this is actually buried in the VA's website, which is massive. And I'm going to preface it with, as we go through this, if for some reason you think that you would qualify or you're not quite sure, reach out. Reach out to them, the VA, and ask them. If you qualify, ask them what you can do to figure it out. It's important that you at least reach out. The phone number is 877-827-3702, and it's option 4. All right. Now, you can call really probably any VA number and they'll eventually get you to where you need to be. But with that, let's jump into it. VA announces new program to help more than 40,000 veterans stay in their homes. So this, again, is home mortgage, and we're going to dive into it. Hit the thumbs up, subscribe, share with a friend, all that good stuff. I really appreciate it. If you're not a member, consider joining. It does support the channel, and I appreciate all you members very much. I do my best to get back to you in the comments. All right, so on May 31st, of 2024, the Department of Veterans Affairs launched a new program, the Veterans Affairs Servicing Purchase Program, VASP, to help more than 40,000 veterans experiencing severe financial hardship avoid foreclosure and stay in their homes. VASP, VASP, which again is the Veterans Affairs Servicing Program, VASP is new, and it's a last resort tool in VA's comprehensive suite of home retention options for eligible veterans, active duty service members, and surviving spouses with VA guaranteed home loans. These folks would be experiencing severe financial hardship. Now, that's kind of the overall. Let's dive into it a little more. All right, so through VASP, VA will purchase defaulted VA loans from mortgage servicers, modify the loans, and then place them in the VA's owned portfolio as direct loans. This will empower VA to work directly with eligible veterans to adjust their loans and their monthly payments so they can keep their homes. With VASP, these borrowers will have fixed 2.5% interest rate, which will provide a consistent, affordable payment for the remainder of their loan. Again, this is eligible veterans, active duty service members, and surviving spouses with VA guaranteed home loans. It goes on here to say, over the past several months, VA has strongly encouraged a foreclosure moratorium. This was back in May, so about 8 months ago or so. Moving on here, the former VA secretary said that this new program will help more than 40,000 veterans and their families stay in their homes. And there's nothing more important than that, said the VA secretary at the time. We at VA are committed to doing everything in our power to help veterans avoid foreclosure. And that's exactly why we're launching the VASP to help the veterans who need it most. Now, I'll continue here in a second. What had happened was the VA allowed lenders to do a COVID forbearance, allowing folks that were impacted by COVID, maybe your job shut down, maybe you lost your job, what have you, and now you're in a financially more difficult situation. You were able to reach out to your servicer, the place that you made your payments, and VA on the backside allowed a change to the loan, allowing you to maybe take 12 months, for example, of your mortgage payments and put them to the end of your loan, essentially extending your loan by 1 year. But now you don't need to make these payments for the next 12 months, which was great and helped people get on their feet. However, partway through that, the VA ended that ability for servicers to do that. Then the mortgage servicers said, hey, look, you still owe X number of months worth of mortgage payments, and we can't add them to the back anymore. The VA is not allowing us to. So you need to either pay the total amount in full, or maybe sell your home or refinance your home to a higher interest rate, or do a loan modification into a higher interest rate. All of those options were horrific. It took the VA, I don't know, 4 or 5 months to get the VASP program up and running. In the meantime, some veterans lost their homes. Some veterans refinanced into a higher interest rate, or did a loan modification into a higher interest rate. So just to kind of give the backstory of why this existed, it didn't exist simply because it was the right thing to do. It was the aftermath that created this. All right, so moving on to the next quote. So you can kind of understand where these quotes are coming from, and then you can go, okay, it's not quite jiving. It's making it sound like you're, really leaning forward, but really you were behind the ball, in my opinion. All right, so let's dive into this. This was from the Undersecretary for Benefits, Josh Jacobs, at the time. When a veteran falls on hard times, we work with them and their loan servicers every step of the way to help prevent foreclosure, including offering repayment plans, loan modifications, and more, said the VA Undersecretary. But some veterans still need additional support after those steps, and that's what VASP is all about. This program will help ensure that when a veteran gets or goes into default, there is an additional affordable payment option that will work in a higher interest rate environment so they can keep their homes. Veterans will not apply directly for VASP. Instead, beginning May 31st, mortgage servicers, the place that you make your payment to, will identify qualified borrowers and submit requests on behalf of veterans based on a review of all home retention options available and qualifying criteria. Veterans facing financial hardship should work with their mortgage servicers to explore available options. I'm going to throw this out there. Sometimes, maybe your mortgage servicer or the person that's assigned to your specific mortgage, maybe they're not quite privy to all this information. So you might need to educate them on VASP from the VA. VA anticipates that VASP will result in a government subsidy spending reduction of approximately $1.5 billion from 2024 to 2033, making it beneficial for veterans, taxpayers, servicers, and loan holders alike. This is because the savings associated with avoiding foreclosure outweighs the cost of purchasing these homes. VA has existing authority to establish and implement VASP under 38 U.S.C. 3732 and 3720. VA is proud to help veterans get access to and retain the homes they deserve by guaranteeing home loans with no down payment requirements and competitively low interest rates. In total, VA has helped veterans, service members, and survivors obtain more than 28 million homes. Currently, more than 3.7 million veterans have active home loan guarantees by the VA. VA guaranteed 400,695 home loans in 2023 alone. Veterans who are having difficulty reaching a resolution with their mortgage servicer can contact the VA at 877-827-3702, option 4, and you can also Google search and find on the VA's website the VASP program by the VA. The more information on VA home loans, you can also Google VA home loans on the VA's website as well. With that, thanks so much for watching. I appreciate you. Have a great one. And remember, if we don't take care of each other, something went wrong.